Hello. Shoot. Hey guys. Should you request Jay Sahi? You can book me for for Jay Sahi. You can book Jay Sahi. Hi y'all. How's everyone doing? Joyce? Specs. Yes, I'm wearing specs today. I normally wear contacts, but I'm not wearing contacts today. And I'm kind of blind right now, so wearing my glasses today. What's up? How is everyone? We're back at it. It's kind of funny to think that like I'm going on live streams often again. I haven't done consecutive, well, not really consecutive, but being on here as often as I used to. Finally, a treasure reading. Yeah, I know, right? They will perform on Musicore. Yes, I am aware of that. I think they're going to perform Musicore after I'm done with this live stream. So hopefully I don't take too long, but who knows? Sometimes these readings can get long. So yeah, today we are going to read. We're going to have our very first dynamic reading on this channel. And lo and behold, we are going to read, as you can tell, we're reading JUNKYU and YEDAM. Ate Jan, I miss you. Aw, I miss you too. It's been a long time. Oh, also some news. We're reading JUNKYU and YEDAM today, but someone today also booked me to read Zhonghwan. I know I read Zhonghwan already just a few months back, but anonymous, I think she's anonymous, but Treasure Maker wanted to have like a check-in and have me read Zhonghwan again and see if there's any update with his energy. So we're going to have another solo reading, and it's going to be about Zhonghwan. We're going to check into Zhonghwan. When is that happening? It's going to happen. Let me see when this was scheduled. Let's see. March 1st. March 1st. So that's in a little while still. We have a whole month. Your glasses are beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, March 1st for you guys. We're going to read Zhonghwan. Doop, doop, doop. All right. So we should book for GD. I would love to read GD. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. I have a new deck actually, so I'm going to practice this dynamic reading with this new deck. It's actually really perfect for this reading just because of the aesthetic of this deck. It has a lot of colors, and its art style is pretty much like Treasure. Like if you can look at one of the cards, it's consisted of gems. Cute, right? So yeah, let's get started. I wish someone could book Sokun Dynamics too. Can't do it. My money went to the welcome collection. That's so cute. Ate-chan, have you watched YEDAM's makeup cover? I'm still simping. Yes, I watched it. I watched it and I almost cried. Actually, no, I did cry. I was tearing up. All right. Okay. Are you putting a dynamic concept because we're in the road to Valentine's? No, it's not because it's Valentine's soon. It's just Treasure Maker. Actually, she didn't ask for it to be anonymous, so she's the one who booked this reading. So you can go ahead and thank Joyce. Joyce is the one that booked for this reading. My moderator here. She's the one who asked for this dynamic reading because she's been curious. So you can hit her up. She's also hosting funding. So if you guys have any interest in, wanting to know about another dynamic within Treasure, you guys can hit her up. So go ahead and follow her on Twitter or hit her up here. Yeah, whoever you want to fund for, whoever you are interested in, yeah, hit her up. She's the one who hosted this. There you go. See, Joyce? All the love's now going to you. The JUNKYU. Joyce cannot understand Tagalog though. Why are you saying that, Sunshine? Thanks for the free promo, Mom. You're welcome. So let's get started. I have a list of questions. Pretty much because this is a dynamic reading, I'm reading to people. So I do have my own spread when I read a dynamic or when I read into a relationship. So we were going to go through that first. And then after I follow my format or my flow chart of the spread, we're going to go into the questions that Joyce curated. So Joyce did this herself. She asked a lot of you guys, especially on Twitter, for your questions about YEDAM and JUNKYU. So she curated a list. And we're going to go with that after I am done with my flow chart. Okay. So anyways, for those that are new here and are not familiar with me doing these kinds of things, I am a tarot reader. I've been a tarot reader for almost 17 years now. And on that regard, I pretty much just tap into energy, read, make predictions, based off the current energy, okay, with the use of tarot. But even though I am a tarot reader, let's just say that everything I say is not fixated. It's not 100% factual or definite, okay? So take this reading with a grain of salt. Do not dwell on this, okay, because the universe is always working, energy is always changing, and people like YEDAM and JUNKYU are always there with a free will of choice, all right? So again, take this reading with a grain of salt. And if there's anything you do want to manifest out of this reading, make sure to not dwell on this, okay? All right. Okay. Just going to check into their current energy first. Okay. Cool. They're pretty good right now. Okay. Right. So their energy. Oh, bottom of the deck. Cool. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Look how pretty that is. Look, it's like little gems. See that? It's like treasures, little treasures, and diamonds and jewels. So, Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck. They are currently feeling hopeful, looking for a new. Basically, I'm seeing this as part of their promotion. Okay, so their promotion era is just about to end soon, right? And I think they've been thinking about that, especially with that Wheel of Fortune card. So Wheel of Fortune talks about an end of a cycle. So this full album promo is an end of their cycle, the first step, right? So in that regard, how does YEDAM and JUNKYU currently feel with their energy? This says that, they're looking forward to a new chapter. They're looking forward to the next thing, because they're very grateful for this, whole promo even since August, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. Current energy, we also have the High Priestess. Okay, The High Priestess says that they're very enlightened. They're, you know, creative too. So they're really thankful. They're in a place, both YEDAM and JUNKYU are in a place of gratitude right now, which is really good. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse talks about being much more invested into newer things, not sticking into what's now, right? They're looking forward into the future. Okay, so pretty good so far. All right. Oh, it's the cards that Mooning loves. Yes, this is probably like the girliest deck I own now, but I love it. It's super cute and colorful. So let's see real quick. Let me move this here. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So let's do this. I wish that I can, well, we'll see. I'm going to upgrade my equipment soon. So hopefully I can give you better quality live streams, but I have been thinking of an idea of how to make these tarot live streams much more eventful and much more informative, like especially with the angles, because I do eventually want to show you how I do tarot on an overhead basis, and so you guys can actually see how I form a spread and interpret it. So I don't know, I'm going to work on that soon. So it reminds you of cloud cards. Oh, you mean like Cardcaptor Sakura? Yeah, agree. I love that show. All right, so let's start on the spread. So, dear Spirit, you there? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's cute. It's already soft hours. It's already soft hours. I love your necklace, Ate Jen. Thank you. I love my necklace too. It fits me very well because I always talk about the moon and such. Okay, another wild card to talk about the energy. So not just the energy. I pretty much in my mind asked this deck of cards what we can expect out of this reading. What can we expect to see in general, or the overall theme of this whole reading before we really go into the details. And the card that I pulled is the Six of Cups. Look at that. Cute, right? Six of Cups, very adorable. Six of Cups is about, how would I say this? Nostalgia. It's about good memories, positive memories. It's also about like appreciating the past, or, you know, being connected with a good friend. And so since we're talking about the dynamic between JUNKYU and YEDAM, with the Six of Cups, they have known each other for a very long time, and that's confirmed with this this card already over here. So we're gonna expect a lot of, I'm gonna assume we're gonna expect a lot of soft hours here with this reading just by this card alone. So this is gonna talk about their relationship as how they've known each other for a very long time, you know, how much memories they may have shared and such. So that's gonna be the overall theme, okay? Okay. Let's go. So, what is their initial shared energy, please? What is their initial shared energy, right? What is their initial shared energy? Basically, when I ask that question, what is their initial shared energy? So, what kind of energy did they share with each other when they first met? That's the question. Do you need tissues? Maybe. I don't know how sensitive you guys may be to soft hours, but possibly you may. Okay, so what was their initial shared energy when they first met? What was their initial shared energy when they first met? Oh, cute. Okay. Wow. Cute. I love that. Okay. Here we go. Initial shared energy between the two when they first met. We have the page, okay? We have the page, queen, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Star card. So Queen of Pentacles and Star card. They both, when they both met, they both had the initial shared energy of wanting to be, you know, at the top of their game. How they had big dreams. They both shared that, like they were both optimistic, and they both, you know, wanted to sort out and find a way to achieve their dreams together. Okay, so they had that common ground with each other, knowing that, like, hey, we both are in this together. We both share the same dream. We want to make sure that, you know, we can stick around, like, you know, let's fight together kind of thing. And then we also have the Star card. So the Star card talks about being hopeful, being, you know, faith, having faith into the future, not being worried so much. So it was already soft when they first met. So I'm assuming that when they first met, they had like a really good talk with each other, like, hey, what's your name? And they kind of like just exchanged who they are and introduced to each other. And they're like, yeah, we're totally going to, you know, do our best to achieve our dreams together. So we should always look out for each other kind of vibe. Okay. So far, very soft, like I said. Really cute. Really cute. Back in the deck. Thank you so much. Back in the deck. I should have asked for tea. Joyce, the way you want to just dig up tea, I can't. All right. We're gonna go with YEDAM first. What was YEDAM's individual energy? What is YEDAM's individual energy? What is YEDAM's individual energy? Ooh, we love it. Okay. YEDAM's individual energy is represented by the 8 of Pentacles. So you can see that. All right. 8 of Pentacles talks about working hard in general. He's also studying, right? He was in school. He just graduated, so he was in school. You know, he was already balancing the life of being a trainee and being a student. He was hardworking and still practicing and always getting better. So he really was focused on just himself for a little bit, because what I'm hearing specifically with the 8 of Pentacles definitely means about growing with your talents, your skills, your capabilities, but doing it in a manner that you're just too focused on yourself, right? So he had no idea of, you know, how to really interact with others in terms of this world of being a trainee, for example. And so he was really just focused on himself, right? That's just him individually. That's his energy just on his own. Okay. And then when it came to Junkyu's individual energy, ooh, interesting. Very similar. So I don't know, like, I'm sure a lot of you aren't aware, but I did do a dynamic reading on JUNKYU, but this time with Doyoung, but I didn't do it here. I did it on my Twitter account. I made a whole thread. So I got an individual energy for JUNKYU here, and it's the same thing as in the thread or the reading thread of Doyoung and JUNKYU. So JUNKYU's part individually, his energy was about moving forward, okay, having a lot of hope into a new opportunity. So he's already, so similarly to YEDAM kind of being in the entertainment industry, JUNKYU also has that with him. Okay, so that's another common ground that they already had. So on his own, JUNKYU as an individual, he was transitioning. Okay, 6 of Swords is about transitioning from one kind of industry into another. So we're very familiar with JUNKYU like being a child actor. He was already comfortable with the camera already. And so this is like him transitioning into becoming an idol, like trying to work to be an idol instead of just remaining as an actor or a model kind of thing. And so this Six of Swords represents him being ready to try something new, you know, trying a new change for himself, right? So Yedam's energy, working hard. Okay, he's already focused on what he knows what he wants to do. Junkyu's individual energy was a transition from something older and going back into a new thing, which is something they will eventually share together. Okay, are we following? Are you guys good? Are you able to understand? Is it clear? Am I explaining myself okay? Let me know. You guys can follow? Okay, cool. This is pretty chill, right? Okay, so next is what is the overall energy between them? Okay. Cool. I'm glad I am explaining this properly. Okay. What is the overall energy between YEDAM and JUNKYU, please? Overall energy between the two. Ooh. So this was before. Oh. Oh. Whoa. I did not expect that. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. One moment, guys. Oh. You don't say. Huh. Okay. Okay. Huh. Why is this card here? Why is this card here, please? Thank you. Thank you. Why is this card here? Oh, wow. That's so cute. A little, okay. It's soft, but also kind of, it's simp hours for sure. Okay. This was before. What was the question? My question is in the spread. It's about what was their overall energy, right? So in the flow chart, this is going into the past. Okay, this is going into the past. All right. So initial shared energy, we're done with that. What was Yedam's individual energy? What was Junkyu's individual energy? And then what was their overall energy together? Okay. Simp hours. All right. So back then, okay, back then there is some insecurity issues, okay? Not between them, okay? They're not between them. It's just something, it's like put yourself in a scenario where, you know, one person was feeling down and the other was comforting the other, okay? So I have the devil card, all right? I have the devil card here, and that talks about either overindulgence, insecurities, flaws, regrets, burdens, and whatnot, and just kind of like letting that kind of trickle down in your mind kind of thing. So their overall shared energy, this is them together. So they obviously both have their insecurities. Like maybe they ask themselves, am I good enough? Can I, can I achieve this dream goal? Am I like able to debut in YG Entertainment? It's just in those kinds of regards or that kind of energy. So they've been kind of both sharing that mindset together. And then at the end of the day, they were both kind of scared for each other. So like they both shared the same burdens, or they both shared the same worries about the future, because we do have the Two of Swords as well. So not being able to understand what is going to lie ahead for the future for the both of them, right? Obviously they were initially like, yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, let's go fight and let's be trainees together. And we're going to stick it out for, the best that we can. But deep within them internally, the overall energy that they did share and had a bond with each other is that same bond of being worried together. Okay. So it's like, it's soft, but also kind of a little, somewhat a little heavy. This card I did not expect, because this is the card that's telling me that they were very uncertain about the future. So we have a very special card that's created for this deck. This is called the Void card, and you can see it's a black hole. So this with the Devil card, okay, this with the Devil card talks about being uncertain if, you know, they're going down the right path, if they're allowed to be fruitful or being, you know, in their highest potential, or if they just get sucked into the black hole. Like no, like it's just void, right? So they both shared that worry together. Okay. Now, another thing is that the overall shared energy back then is, in spite of all that heaviness, or in spite of all that, you know, anxious energy, or in spite of all that worry and burden, they did have this synced energy of the Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant talks about their morals or their dreams or their values, what, you know, trying to work on what makes them actually confident. So both of them fed off each other, like, hey, let me hype you up and you hype me up, kind of thing. So YEDAM hyped up JUNKYU, JUNKYU hyped up YEDAM. So they had that synchronicity there. This was like, hey, I know it's hard. We're gonna get it together. I believe in you, and then you believe in me, kind of thing. So obviously these two really understood each other, like how hard it's been. Like they got themselves into this situation, like into the trainee life, and obviously they know that things are uncertain, and that's fair. Like it's a very valid point to be afraid of, right? So the Hierophant, though, makes them sturdy in a sense, and a Hierophant is also a Taurus card, and if you know Taurus, YEDAM is a Taurus, okay? So YEDAM being a Taurus, this tells me with the Hierophant card being present that he was pretty much the one that assured JUNKYU more, okay? He's the one that assured JUNKYU more than JUNKYU assuring YEDAM, okay? So yeah, soft, very soft, okay? Very soft. Every time YEDAM goes home. Yeah, seriously, same. Right. Now, let's go back to YEDAM's side. We're going to talk about YEDAM. What does YEDAM... So we're not doing by the past anymore. This is current. Okay, we're going to go into current time. So what is YEDAM's current... how is YEDAM's current way or on his side of the dynamic? Okay, or how is YEDAM's side of the dynamic currently? Hold on, Atijan, they're performing. Okay, go ahead. Go, guys. Go enjoy Treasure right now. All right. Oops. Excited much. Too many cards. What is YEDAM's side of the dynamic, please? What is YEDAM's side of the dynamic currently? How is YEDAM's side of the dynamic? The way you're telling me to wait until they're done performing. I am on a time limit. I am on a time limit as well. I can't. All right, YEDAM. Ooh, okay. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Okay. Currently, huh? Interesting. Why is this card here, though? Okay. HARUKyu hugged. How do Q hug? That's so funny. Okay. All right. YEDAM's side of the dynamic with JUNKYU, please. Can you clarify this card? Oh, interesting. Is that what I'm detecting? Okay. Right. Time to get some tissue. Do I even have tissue? I might cry out a bit. Okay. Hyunsuk shouted. These boys. Am I gonna cry? I'm like in the verge of it. I feel it within my chest right now. Yeah. So YEDAM's current dynamic or current side of the dynamic. Right now, actually, YEDAM is kind of overwhelmed. Okay. YEDAM's currently overwhelmed. I'm not going to talk about exactly what it is, but he is in an overwhelmed energy today. Okay. So this is current. Okay. So YEDAM's like, he's happy, but there's like some type of pressure here. All right. So there is some type of pressure here. Why do I say that? We have the 8 of Swords. So it's kind of like feeling a little scared of the future. So I'm not going to talk about too much details of why this is his current energy, but just to kind of give a little context, there is this energy for YEDAM where maybe he's kind of overwhelmed about, the future in general. Like, granted, there are, the stakes are high. He also just graduated kind of thing. So you kind of have to think like, okay, graduating for anyone, whether you are an idol or not, it's overwhelming, right? It's like, I finished school. And for most students, when they're done with high school, it's like, what am I going to do next? Now, granted, YEDAM knows what he wants, right? He's already working at it while he was been in school. But regardless of that, what I'm seeing in general, like even though he is already set working on this and his career has been started for a long time, it doesn't change the fact that he is still really young and he does still, valid, and he's still really, transitioning to be an adult, right? So he's overwhelmed about the future in general. And so currently, as a contribution to the dynamic with JUNKYU at this current time, he's actually the one who's being the younger Dongsaeng that needs comfort or assurance, right? And so he's in a state where he's like, wow, I really got here. I survived this. I finished this checkpoint in life, this chapter in life. And it's like, now career, right? So within the dynamic from his side, there is a sense of yearning for reliability. So he kind of needs assurance himself because he is still part of the younger half of Treasure. And so I'll show that. The 8 of Swords, that's him feeling anxious about the future. And then we have the Hierophant again came out, but this time it's reversed. So this is a Taurus card. He is the Taurus, but then it's in reverse, meaning his energy is reversed. He's not at his not authentic. He is authentic, but right now his energy is kind of depleted a little bit. He's kind of worried, not fully himself right now. And so with that reliability when it comes to him and JUNKYU, he has been kind of talking to JUNKYU just about his worries or his, things that he wants to vent out. So he has the 2 of Swords upright. So sometimes he contemplates a lot, and then he is able to kind of talk to JUNKYU about it, and JUNKYU well receives and listens, and he gives his own feedback to JUNKYU. Okay, so YEDAM's, we love YEDAM. YEDAM's very smart. He's very bright. He's very optimistic, but he's still human, right? He's still human. He is allowed to feel worried about the future. Okay, he's still allowed to feel worried about the future. So it's good that he's able to, at least with JUNKYU, since we're only talking about JUNKYU and YEDAM, he is able to talk to JUNKYU. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm sure YEDAM talks to a lot of, I'm sure that YEDAM talks to a handful of other members just to confide in them. But since we're only focused on JUNKYU and YEDAM, I'm just confirming that JUNKYU is at least one of the members or one of YEDAM's hyungs that he can talk to, okay? But I can definitely see that about JUNKYU. JUNKYU, he's really reserved, and I feel like he's a great listener, to be honest. So I find that I don't doubt that YEDAM finds instant comfort when he wants to talk. He'll probably go to JUNKYU a lot. So okay. So let's go into JUNKYU's energy. What is JUNKYU's side of his dynamic? What is JUNKYU's side of his dynamic? What is JUNKYU's side of his dynamic? Please, thank you. Jaehyuk said Jaehyuk even said that JUNKYU compliments. Yeah, no, JUNKYU is really, he's not of himself. Not to say that the other members are. It's just saying that for a JUNKYU in particular, he never cared about, like, I joke around saying that he needs validation and assurance, and yes, he does have his moments, but when it comes down to it, I can see he's very humble, and so when it comes to like the other people around him, he cares a lot, and he is really open-minded and open-hearted, which is really sweet. Okay, so JUNKYU's side of the dynamic. Cool. Okay. Whoa. I love that. Wow. Okay. JUNKYU, what is his, dang. I'm starting to feel a way about JUNKYU. Okay. JUNKYU, what is his side of, is that one of the characters of Capricorn Moon Octogen? It is actually, okay? It is. It is actually very Capricorn Moon like. Being able to listen, being able to also communicate really good advice. So JUNKYU side of the dynamic between him and YEDAM. We have the Magician card. So he's actually been very, as of current, right? This is current now. So JUNKYU is in a really good energy these days. He's actually been very creative. He's actually been very positive and hopeful. So he has a Magician card. He is resourceful as well. He's been utilizing his capabilities, his talents, his skills for himself. Okay, that's just on his own. And how does that contribute to his relationship with YEDAM? So he's able to kind of give. So it's like that give and take, right? Right now, it's YEDAM that needs to receive, and then JUNKYU is the one that's currently giving. So with this Magician card, he's basically saying, hey, let's, work together. He's like, let me give you some inspiration. Let me give you some motivation. I can tell you this. Hopefully this kind of gives that spark within you again. We can look forward into the future. We can try this. He's JUNKYU, how I see JUNKYU, at least for as long as I've been a fan, or what I have noticed with JUNKYU, he may very much be very reserved or quiet or introverted. But if you kind of look deeper than that, if you look closely, JUNKYU has a strong creative side, and he has a very philosophical side. I'll talk about that in a way, but he does think about bigger things. He thinks about bigger aspects of purpose, of life. And so that's where he gets his hopeful or his optimism from. This is where he gets his brightness from. And so him being older, he does contribute that currently to YEDAM. He understands how hard it can be or how overwhelming it can be, but JUNKYU is currently giving insight to YEDAM with his known resources or with his wisdom through experience. Okay. We also have JUNKYU really isn't. I agree. JUNKYU really is an interesting person. So in that same regard, okay, we also have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Ace of Swords talks about communication. So this just kind of confirms what I was saying with YEDAM's side of the dynamic. So if YEDAM wants to vent, if he wants to rant, or whatever, he's able to do that because with the Ace of Swords, JUNKYU is able to not only speak advice, but he's also able to receive. Okay, so speak and receive, and he's also able to, you know, basically put in a scenario. If YEDAM has something he wants to talk about, he will speak into it, and then JUNKYU will absorb that properly, and then he'll turn it around and then give another aspect of how he thinks of it, and then try to make it positive. So if YEDAM has anything, you know, if he's feeling down, he's like, Hyung, I'm feeling this way, da 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 da. JUNKYU will listen, then he'll find a loophole or find a brighter side to it and then give that back to him. That's what that Magician card and the Ace of Swords together works like. Okay, that's how it looks like. I love that. No, I love that so much about JUNKYU. Okay. All right. Shared dynamic. What is their current shared dynamic? Okay, this is... All right. Shared dynamic. What is their current shared dynamic, please? Ooh, I love it. Yes. Okay. Wow. I love that. I'm getting chills. Getting chills. So their current shared dynamic right now, we have the Fool. We have the Fool. And look, we have the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune came out again. So their current dynamic talks about them looking forward to the future. So this is actually, it's interesting because the Fool is about beginnings. The Wheel of Fortune is about endings. So together, their current shared dynamic is about looking forward to endings, able to end things together, close cycles together, like go through different chapters together, and then also being able to start new chapters every time together as well. Okay, so it's like, let's hold each other's hand kind of thing and go through all the chapters within our career, within our life, as friends, as colleagues, as brothers, as members. You know, we're here for every chapter together kind of thing. That's what their dynamic shares. Okay, this is about beginnings, this is about endings. So they're able to go through any kind of chapter, close one book, go into the next book. You know, they're able to do that together. Very, very cute and strong bond. Let's, okay. Next on my flow chart, let's see what the advice is. What is the advice for JUNKYU and YEDAM? What is the overall advice and energy for growth, at least? What is the overall advice and energy for growth for the both of them, please? Thank you. Simp. Oof. Whoa. I love it. We love it here. Bottom of the deck. Wow, guys. Look at the bottom of the deck. Whew. Bottom of the deck. I got the Wheel of Fortune again. All right. Wheel bottom of the deck. Put that there. So that's about endings. So that trait is never gonna leave. Okay, that's somehow it's not leaving. It hasn't left. It hasn't left between these two. And the Wheel of Fortune is actually one of my favorite cards. It basically means that together they're in control of what they want. Together they feel stronger about life. Together they're not as worried about their journey as long as they're like handling it together, right? There's no loneliness here, right? Okay, now the other cards that I actually pulled, their advice for them in their relationship or in their friendship going forward, we have we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Swords in reverse, if this was upright, Three of Swords actually means heartache. Okay, if you can tell, it's a heart being stabbed by swords. Okay, that means heartache. And then you have like rain clouds, so it's like tears, you know, sadness. But this is in reverse. It came out in reverse. So this says that in spite of whatever comes their way, even going into the future, the advice is that they should be able to understand each other through anything, including their hardships, including their pains, including their trials and tribulations. So JUNKYU and YEDAM, you know, as an advice, basically never to lose that comfortability to express themselves, right? If they feel like they need to communicate, they should always keep that within between them. You know, if they are going through a hard time, they should never lose that between them. Okay, they should never lose that comfortability in you just kind of sharing how they feel. We also have advice is the World card. This is a great card to have. The World card talks about being much more how do I say this? Resourceful. So looking forward to the future in a resourceful way. It's like planning things together, right? It's like, okay, if we're hanging out together or since we work together, we're in a group together, obviously we need a plan together. You know, whatever it is, we can help each other out and use our resources, our skills, our talent, our network, and then being able to move forward in that regard. And then not being afraid as well. We have the Emperor card, okay, right here. The Emperor card talks about being the Emperor, because it's an Aries card, so this is saying like taking control of your empire or at least building your empire kind of thing. So if together when they grow, they can actually establish something very powerful, right? JUNKYU, very talented boy. Okay, if he ever did anything, even just on his own, that's already powerful. YEDAM is the same way, right? YEDAM as an individual, he's super talented. He's also super smart. He has all these capabilities to really, you know, grow, right, as a person and even as an artist. Now together, okay, as an advice, they can do crazy things, like amazing, powerful things. So, and that's not just in the career aspect, but they will definitely hold on just one moment. They will definitely move forward and kind of create their empire together instead. So just imagine if one is already strong and another one is also strong, one and one together, powerful. What if they actually share a studio in the YG new building? That would be dope. But I mean, was it Asahi and Haruto that share it? So yeah. All right. Anything else we can know? Is there anything else we can know? Oh, snap. Okay, we have the Moon card. So I'm only pulling one card for this question, but my question is there anything we can look forward to out of their energy? Is there anything that we can look forward to out of their energy in the near future? We have the Moon card. They are working together on something. Okay, not just, I mean, obviously I've already established that they do talk to each other. They do have that comfort zone within each other. But the Moon card actually talks about surprises and secrets and, you know, really nice plans in coordination with each other. So this is what I'm hearing from the Moon card. All right. So who knows? All right. So I am done with my flow chart spread. Let's go into the questions that Joyce has curated from you guys. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right, let's check out these questions. So, all right, your first question, the first question, what is their first impression of each other? How is their relationship pre-debut? How has it evolved and changed throughout the year? And how is their energy now? So that's like, that's like 5 questions in one, but I pretty much answered all of that except the evolution. Okay, so I'm not going to answer what is their first impression of each other. I already did that. I'm not going to ask about, how is their energy now. I literally just said it. So I'm just going to talk about the course or like the evolution throughout the year. Okay. Evolution of their, how does it look like evolving with their friendship? I'm gonna be soft. Stop it. Oh, these two. Okay. The evolution of their relationship or their friendship throughout even like way before, but more focused into this year or like in the course of a year. But I'm seeing this not just a year though. The changes is actually their emotional vulnerability, especially on JUNKYU side is what I'm hearing specifically. So we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups talks about their emotional vulnerability. So even though they are earth signs, Taurus and Virgo, Taurus being YEDAM, Virgo being JUNKYU, earth signs have this stigma where they have a hard time being vulnerable about their emotions, right? Like their deepest feelings, whatever they are feeling, right? So throughout the course of, their relationship, even from the beginning, they have definitely grown a lot more comfortable and being vulnerable with each other emotionally. That's what the Queen of Cups talks about. They've also learned and grown about, how to manage their emotions better. So maybe back then it wasn't the easiest thing. Maybe one person was more impatient, the other was much more impulsive. Who knows? But despite of all of that, they've kind of outgrown those bad habits emotionally. And so in this course now, in this current time as they evolved throughout the time, this Queen of Cups says, they're both much more mature emotionally. Now they've kind of given that feedback with each other. Okay, so they have that comfort within them. All right. Is there anything else? Oof. Okay, just keeps getting, look, the Queen of Cups again. All right, that's it. That's literally it. That's like the main thing that that has evolved between them. Okay. All right. Next question. How did they help each other grow? How? Like literally, how did they help each other grow? Wow. Oof. All right. A lot of queen energy within these two. Okay. I'm gonna assume that both of them share actually a feminine energy. Okay, there is a divine feminine energy. That what that means is that um, it's hard to explain. That's like another chapter of its own. But divine feminine energy is about them being much more intact with their feminine side. So emotionally, they're much more in tune, being more nurturing, more comforting. And that's what the universe kind of granted on both of them. They're going to be much more in tune with the divine feminine energy. Okay. They both have that motherly, loving kind of feeling. And you could definitely see that. You could definitely see how soft and affectionate YEDAM is. You can also see how soft and affectionate JUNKYU is. And so that's also another common ground that the both of them share. Yeah. Right. And so we have the queen, another queen energy, but not the Queen of Cups. This time we have the Queen of Pentacles. So she holds, this queen here sits on the edge, but with her assurance that she has everything all secure, nurtured, comforted, stable. So they both share stability. And, you know, Pentacles is also earth sign. So that's what they both are. Virgo and Taurus are earth signs. How did that help them grow? Like, how did that help each other grow? So they had that common ground, and so they both fed off each other these nurturing vibes. Okay, very soft, these two babies. I love them. So yeah, they gave each other nurturing vibes. And then they also have the Six of Wands upright. So Six of Wands is fire sign energy. It's also Leo energy in general. Six of Wands is talking about recognition, credited. So you know how both of them, they're very good hype men. So it's like if one member is just did something cool, JUNKYU or even YEDAM will hype you up no matter what. And that's something that they share as well. And when it comes to both of them together, they hype each other up. Okay. And so that's them always giving themselves comfort and assurance that they're on the right track, that they're doing well, and they're always giving them that emotional support. Okay. They also have the Star card again. This is Aquarius energy. So the Star card says that, hey, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. They always reassure each other that there's hope at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, being each other's emotional support system was how they helped each other grow. Next question. They have the longest training period among treasure and they trained the most. What do they feel about their journey together? They have the longest training period among treasure and they train the most. What do they feel about their journey together? Whew. Sheesh. All right. Damn. Oh, this is throwing me back to YG Treasure Box. Okay. Okay. Well, what did they feel about their journey together? It was hard. Okay. We all know that. Very hard. But based off the cards are reconfirming that. So we have the Five of Pentacles. This is about losses. Okay. It feels like isolation or feeling, you know, suffocated or just feeling like you're depleted because there's so many things that came and gone, right? Things come, things go, things end, new things happen no matter what. So they did lose a lot of, you know, things along the way, but, and, you know, they've been through a lot of trials, a lot of hardships together. They also acknowledge, their energy also acknowledges with the Four of Swords in reverse. So this, if this was upright, this would talk about being able to recharge or rest or recuperate. But because this came out reverse, this says they did have a hard time finding that balance in how to rest, you know, how to, you know, take care of their well-being or their mental state, no matter what, just overall taking care of themselves. So it was hard. It was hard mentally. It was hard emotionally. It was hard spiritually because of all these hardships and losses and stuff. So they really both had to manage that together alongside you know, each other with time. But throughout, in spite of all of that hardships, they share also the Six of Swords. So again, I did pull this card for JUNKYU earlier. JUNKYU had this card saying that in spite of hard things, in spite of like rocky, you know, paths, or in spite of stormy waters, they were able to kind of go into calmer waters. Okay, so both of them literally do have shared hardships together, but they both managed to come out of it stronger and much more, you know, coming out of it successfully in a better state. Okay, so transforming and transitioning into a better, calmer state together. All right. God, these two. Feeling away. I am feeling away. Feeling away. They lost some friends along the way. Yeah, agree. No, that's definitely applicable with that Five of Pentacles. They definitely lost some, you know, friends for sure. Okay. Next question. This one's cute. So who is the sweetest between the two of them to each other? I don't know who asked that. I don't know who sent that question to Joyce, but that's cute. Who is the sweetest? Who is the sweetest between the two of them to each other? Oh my god, guys. Look, this just flew again. Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, we're not gonna, that's there. That's just the energy card. So who is the sweetest between the two of them to each other? Okay. All right. Anyone want to take a guess? Anyone want to take a guess? Who do you think was the sweetest? Who do you think? Let's practice your intuition. Who do you think was the sweetest or is the sweetest? It's a tie. It looks like you guys are at a tie. Okay. It's actually JUNKYU. It's actually JUNKYU. JUNKYU is actually the sweeter one. It's actually JUNKYU. So why? Why do I say that? Yeah, it's actually JUNKYU. He may not express it the way people portray him to be or portray it like how they want him to, but JUNKYU is actually the sweeter one compared to the both of them because, here, let me tell you. Looking at JUNKYU, what you see on the surface is not what you get. Like, whatever you see, however you see JUNKYU on cam is actually not what you see off cam. He's not comfortable with really being vulnerable emotionally or being, you know, really sweet emotionally on camera. But at least off camera, everyone knows this, like within the members at least, that when no one else is looking, you will meet a very sweet JUNKYU. When no one else is around, you will actually meet the sweetest guy. That's expressed by the moon card. The moon card came out again, okay? It's not just about sweetness, but it's a sweetness that came out of empathy. JUNKYU is very has a strong empathy. Okay, he feels like deeply. If he is very observant, he's also very observant. Okay, so he absorbs and observes really well, and he can kind of transcend those feelings into a way that makes him feel, you know, softer, and then he can radiate that, okay, back in return. Okay, so yeah, I love that. Just because we see him sassy or whatever, you know, because he's JUNKYU that way, but off cam, he's probably one of the sweetest ones. At least in between YEDAM and him, it's JUNKYU. Okay. Read JUNKYU's letters. Yes, exactly, Ara. No, it's true. It's like for a very good example is how JUNKYU tweets. JUNKYU doesn't tweet that often, right? He doesn't tweet on the treasure members account as often as the other members do. But then when he does, he literally has the softest, babiest, sweetest captions, right? There's something very wholesome about JUNKYU. He may not do it often, but once he does, it's just pure softness. Right? So it's in that terms of his energy. We love it. And it doesn't help, actually, fun fact, he is a Cancer. He is also a Cancer rising water sign, baby. He has the babiest water sign. So as a rising sign, yeah, sweet, 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 sweet. So he may be an earth sign, but he's also a water sign. So Cancer rising. All right. Thank you, cards. Let's go into the next question. Let's see. Huh. Where did I? Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Right. What is JUNKYU and YEDAM's birth cards and chakra energy theme, and how is that played into their dynamics of interacting with each other? Great question. Who asked that? Okay, who asked that? Okay. So, birth cards. Add soul age. So soul age, we're going to talk about JUNKYU being a 2, and then we're going to talk about YEDAM being a 7. Correct? So, all right, we'll do that first. So if JUNKYU is a 2 and YEDAM is a 7, 2 for JUNKYU. Very soft, very innocent soul. Still somewhat kind of naive about the world, okay? But 2 compared to 1, okay? 2 compared to 1. 2 is at least naive in an innocent, pure way, whereas 1s would kind of be more a little reckless a bit. So I kind of mentioned that in the treasure group reading. So if you guys were there, I did mention that briefly about his soul age being a 2. So him being a 2, while YEDAM is a 7. So 7 is about being able to transcend and being able to use what you've known, wisdom wise throughout your soul journey, and able to use that and utilize that into ways that makes you stronger, but also sharing that with others. So JUNKYU, again, like I said, he has a strong empathy, and he's also absorbent. He's very observant as well. So in how that works between JUNKYU and YEDAM, JUNKYU can give that old youthful side back into YEDAM's soul kind of thing. So that's what he can contribute between their soul ages. And then in return from YEDAM to JUNKYU, YEDAM can give insights on how to, hold JUNKYU along the way, going along with life kind of thing. All right. All right. Does that sound okay? I don't know if I explained myself okay. Okay. So I don't remember what their birth cards are. So let me check. I can calculate it, but I'm not in the mood to do some math right now. So I should have looked that up earlier. Hold on, guys. Let's do some research real quick. Let's see. Doop, 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 doop. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Delay because I have to look up their birth cards. Let's do JUNKYU's. His birthday is September 9, if I remember. Can someone correct me? He is September 9, 2000, right? Can anyone make that? Can anyone confirm that with me? So I was correct. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I was correct. All right. Good job, Jan. Good job. Okay, so his birth cards is okay, Justice and High Priestess. Okay. Cool. Justice and High Priestess. Dang. All right. So that's definitely him. So remember I did mention about JUNKYU being, much more optimistic, much more hopeful, and giving like the positive aspect to life kind of thing. But that's what he sheds, at least with YEDAM. But in general, that's what he radiates. So him having Justice and the High Priestess as the birth cards for him. This basically talks about how he can go from analytical to contemplative. He can go from harsh to gentle. So it's, you know, we see this about him every time. He has this switch where he's like really sulky, right? Or really soft and sensitive, right? And then he can switch that around and become pretty savage, or he can be really stern and firm about it, right? So there is that basically kind of is confirmed with the Justice and High Priestess. He knows how to be logical no matter what. He can, you know, stomp his foot down, and then after that he can switch around and become more emotional. Okay, so we love that. So that's them. For YEDAM, I don't remember his birth chart. His birth cards. His birthday is May 7. I remember May 7, 2002. 2002. So May 7, 2002. May 7, 2002. Oh, shoot. That's right. The Tower and the Chariot. Yeah, May 7, 2002. Okay. Treasure tweeted? So who tweeted? Let me know who tweeted. I'm still looking up the birth cards. So for YEDAM, he has a Tower and the Chariot card. So in that regards, this is about the how do I say it? He talks about, if you kind of think about it for YEDAM, like the Tower and the Chariot is about like destruction, but rising up from it, right? So destruction and then rebuilding. Yeah, like Jungwoo, exactly. Jungwoo also, I remember Jungwoo also had the Tower and the Chariot. So being able, if you're going through destruction or if you're going through a hard time, there is, no matter what, something about YEDAM is that he can rise, or because he's that resilient, right? The Tower talks about, you know, crashing things, destructing things, destroying things that no longer needs to happen. And then Chariot is about being resilient around it, right? So that's something that he has. So how does that, you know, cooperate between their dynamics? So basically, in Junkyu's matter, what he can contribute with that birth card energy of the Justice and the High Priestess, he knows how to contribute logic and emotion together, the balance of logic and emotion. Whereas, you know, that's like more feeling, right? That's more feeling and mindset. Whereas with YEDAM, his contribution with his birth cards of the Tower and the Chariot, it's more action. So Tower is about action of events, whereas Chariot is about action on his part. So they contribute this huge balance between each other. Okay, he definitely will have, or both of them will definitely have that contribution where, hey, I will give you insight on how we should think and how we should feel. That's on Junkyu's end. And then for YEDAM, he can contribute into the aspect of their friendship where he's like, okay, you give me emotional and logical insight. I give you insight on how to act, on how to do things, on how to, use the mechanics of life, kind of thing. What's going on? GD tweeted too? Excuse me? Say what now? Out of the way, I got excited. I'm like, say what now? GD tweeted? For real? For real? Did he? The way I'm like excited because it's my. So Dami is more on wisdom. No, they both are on wisdom. It's just the different aspects of wisdom. So it's, for JUNKYU, it's about emotional and logical wisdom, whereas YEDAM, it's about actual actions. If that makes any sense. Okay. All right. So next, what was the next part of the question? All right, I did their soul ages and their birth cards. So let's talk about their okay, you want to know about their chakra energy as well. That one's going to be a little intricate, but we can do that as well. Let me get my chakra cards. What? Another tweet by Treasure. Who? Oh, it's Hyunsuk. Okay. All right. I'll check later. Joyce, don't tell me. Don't say that. Okay. I'm trying to focus here on this reading. Okay. I'll check that later. Chakras. Okay, shared chakras. Oh, we love this. I'm excited for this, actually. Whoever asked about the chakra energy, between YEDAM and JUNKYU, great question. Okay, that's a great question. So this is what they share. Like they both have this strength about them in their chakras. So I love this because they get the throat chakra. So both JUNKYU and YEDAM have a strong throat chakra. That does not surprise me because even though YEDAM is a Taurus, he has a Gemini stellium. He has a lot of Gemini placements in his birth chart. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Okay, Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication. So this is why he has the throat chakra. Okay, and JUNKYU is Virgo. Virgo is also like a Gemini. It's also ruled by Mercury, which, like I said, Mercury is the planet of communication. So we have the shared chakra, throat chakra. They both have great communication skills. Okay, both YEDAM and JUNKYU are Mercury ruled, okay, and they both share that aspect. They both share the power of communicating with each other. Okay, so that's something that's never gonna falter. Okay, all right. So in that regard, let's look at YEDAM specifically. What is his on his own? Jan Hansa Postaselka, my God, I'm dead. Please don't die. Ooh, YEDAM. We love that. Okay. I don't know about JUNKYU. Oh, for real? I love that. We love that. Okay. So for YEDAM, we have the the solar plexus. This talks about self-esteem and confidence. The solar plexus. So for YEDAM, he contributes to the dynamic more confidence within himself and more confidence with JUNKYU, right? Atijan, please don't die later when you see the post. I can't make promises. I die pretty easily. I've respawned a lot of times. Okay, so back to YEDAM. YEDAM's other strongest chakra right now is the sacral chakra, which is about his confidence. Okay, with JUNKYU, he gets the sacral. Okay, so solar plexus for YEDAM, sacral for JUNKYU, and so for JUNKYU, this talks about relationships or connections. So in the contribution between these two here, all right, we have YEDAM being able to contribute confidence for the both of them, whereas JUNKYU is able to contribute sturdier connections or sturdier relationships for the both of them. Okay. All right. Cool. So that's that. Let's move forward. What is our dynamic when it comes to making music together? Oof, thank you for this question, whoever asked it. Okay. What is our dynamic when it comes to making music together? Maybe that's why they said before that they are each other's anchor. I believe it. I believe that. Okay. What is their dynamic when it comes to making music together? Okay. Really? That's cool. That's really cool. Okay. We'll talk about that after I pull more cards. Ooh. What? And anything else? Gosh, I really love Mercury ruled signs, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so very similarly to what I said about them being both Mercury ruled, how does their dynamic work in terms of making music? So here is here is YEDAM's side. Okay, this is cool because we have twos here. So YEDAM has the Two of Wands upright, but JUNKYU has the two, so 2 and 2. JUNKYU has Two of Swords in reverse. So this is an interesting balance. When it comes to the both of them, YEDAM leads the way most of the time. If they work together, it's YEDAM with the ideas, and JUNKYU doesn't have a problem following suit. Okay, so Two of Wands. YEDAM thinks of the ideas, a lot of choices, a lot of decisions, okay? And JUNKYU has no problem, following, right? So in between, when it comes to making music, we can actually say that YEDAM's more of the leader here between the both of them at least, okay? So yeah, Two of Wands on YEDAM's part. There is this vibe here where he thinks of an idea and then he'll be like, okay, what do you think about this versus this? And then he will put his insight. He'll be like, for me personally, I think this would go well. Like, I think this genre sounds good. I think this instrument sounds well. I think this tempo, whatever. And then JUNKYU has no problem, agreeing. He will have no problem when it comes to agreeing with YEDAM because JUNKYU has like really high faith in YEDAM. The Two of Swords in reverse says that JUNKYU in particular, when it comes to him and YEDAM, especially making music, he would rather much kind of let them take the lead and such because he feels like he learns more that way. JUNKYU likes learning, actually, quietly. Okay? JUNKYU likes learning right away, even though he doesn't express that. Okay? So if that ever, came across to him, it's like, okay, you can, he's like, yeah, if you think, so if I put myself in JUNKYU's situation or perspective, it's like, okay, if you think that's cool, that's good with me. Like, I'm willing to learn that from you. I'm down. Okay, so there's that balance. There's no clashing here, which is great. It's really good. I don't see any clashing. And then we have the Queen again. Look, I did tell you guys, right? There's a lot of Queen energy in their dynamic or in their relationship. So earlier we had the Queen of Cups. And then after that, I pulled the Queen of Pentacles. And now we have the Queen of Swords. Look, a lot of Queen energy, a lot of divine feminine energy. Okay. So in that regard, they share with the Queen of Swords here when it comes to making music, they communicate what sounds good, right? Even if they talk about it, they both create ideas, but YEDAM is the one that's leading on like what sounds best or what goes best. Okay. So even though they both share great ideas, YEDAM normally takes the lead and like, okay, cool. That idea is great. Let's go with that. Oh, that idea? Let's go with that. And then JUNKYU just agrees. So it's cool. Okay. So that's that. Let's see. Next question. What is it? Oh my god, the picture on your saxophone case is oh my goodness. Don't distract me. Like, don't distract me. I can't right now. I'm trying to focus on KYUDAM. I'm kidding, really. I'm kidding. Next question is, can we get KYUDAM as producer or songwriter in the future? When can we expect it? Is there any spoilers that we can know for concepts? All right. Well, in that regard, let's see. I did kind of talk about that though already with what is it? In their group treasure reading, right? I did mention that it is going to happen or it is going to come forth eventually, but let's see if that ever changed. It's so adorable, Atajang. I'm not ready, but I'll check it out later. Okay. Yeah, Vocal Trinity. I remember that as well. Okay. So KYUDAM as producer or songwriter in the future. KYUDAM as producer songwriter in the future. Can we still expect that? Did anything change from the group treasure reading? How is that looking now? How is that looking now? Producer songwriter in the future. Oh, it's happening. It's happening still. It's happening. We have the 6 of Wands come back up again. This is Leo energy. Okay, this is also ruled by Jupiter as well, this card. So that we could still expect that. This is still coming forth in the future ahead. When exactly? Let's see if I can find out when. Let's see if I can find out when. Dear universe, can you tell me when this is happening? If not, that's okay, but if you can tell me, that'd be great. So, within this year, really? Let's see, it says within this year, within this year. So, if you want to manifest this, we're setting it and forgetting it. Okay. Let's see. Within this year. So let's confirm with oracles. Are we getting KYUDAM as producer or songwriter in the future? Confirming? Oh, I get chills. Dude, I'm getting chills. Fudge. I'm getting chills. So I got yes, right? This is a yes card from tarot, but in oracle, look, yes. It's with an exclamation point, all right? You can't tell me yet, bruh. Literally have goosebumps. My hair is raising on my yes from tarot, yes from oracle, okay? That's with an exclamation point, okay? Yes. You are getting it. You are getting it. Fudge. No way. Is there... So when can we expect it? When can we expect it, Oracle? Angel Oracle. Okay, hold on. I will show you that in a bit. Oh. Okay, it's not telling me when exactly. The angels are not telling me exactly when. So here is what the answer is for the question is, when can we expect it? The tarot said within a year. Okay, tarot card said within a year with this card. Okay, that is the Libra card, Justice. But for the Angel Oracle deck, okay, when can we expect them to be songwriter or producer in any future music and stuff? Angels say, if you believe. They're not giving us a time frame. Angel says, if you believe, so basically, if you want to manifest this, make sure you believe in it, but do not dwell on it, okay? You can believe it and set it and forget it. It's happening, okay? You already had a yes, and now you have to believe it, right? Basically, your answer from the angels is yes, claim it. If you want this to happen, just claim it. Stop doubting them, stop pressuring them, stop shaking your head and having doubts in them or having doubts in the company. That is what the energy you need to thrive off of as a fan. Okay? Okay? All right. Cool. It's happening. It's happening. Claim it. Claim it. All right. No complaining. Just let it happen. Let it flow. All right. Next question. Will there be any opportunity for them both and as individuals to sing OSTs? OSTs. Any opportunity for them both to sing OSTs? Cool. OSTs. Any OSTs? Ah. Huh. Okay. Let's see. That's more of a no for now. So we have the 9 of Swords. We have the 9 of Swords first. So it's not saying it's like fixated that they'll never have OSTs in the future. 9 of Swords just basically talks about what they have their priorities in line first. So OSTs are not in their to-do list. It's not at the top of their to-do list. It's not saying it'll never happen. Okay, it's not saying it'll never happen. It's saying it will, but just not as soon as you hope for it to be, not as soon as you expect it to be. Okay, it can happen, but right now they have other priorities as a group or as, as individuals themselves as well. 9 of Swords is not yet. Not yet. Okay, it will happen, but not yet. And then we also have the Chariot. So the Chariot this is where I'm getting the yes. So the Chariot or the Cancer energy says, yeah, we'll get it, just not yet. Because Chariot is about success, sure, but it's about success after some time. Does that make sense? Chariot is about having success over something throughout time. It's not an overnight thing. It's not an instant thing. It's not going to happen right away. Okay, so moving forward, what is one thing that they taught each other? Ooh, I like that question. What is one thing that they taught each other? Okay, let's go with YEDAM. What is one thing that YEDAM taught JUNKYU? What is one thing that YEDAM taught JUNKYU? Okay, Queen of Pentacles again came out. Queen of Pentacles came out again for YEDAM to JUNKYU. So he taught JUNKYU to be grounded. He taught JUNKYU to be, firm, not anxious, not worrisome. But it's funny because that's what's happening in this current time, right? YEDAM's the one who's kind of anxious these days, and JUNKYU is reciprocating that. But yeah, that's the power of give and take. That is the power of give and take. So YEDAM is teaching JUNKYU to take better care of himself, to be grounded, to not, be anxious, and just to stay firm and grounded. Okay. What did JUNKYU teach YEDAM? Oh, my heart. JUNKYU. Soft. Why is JUNKYU such a baby? I love him. Okay, JUNKYU taught YEDAM with the 3 of Cups. Celebration, enlightenment, enjoyment. Okay, so positive light, optimism. Okay, 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is basically not only taking care of yourself. So for YEDAM, contributing to JUNKYU is like taking care of yourself, like physically, mentally, like well-being. But here for JUNKYU, it's kind of the similar, but more emotionally. Okay, more emotionally. 3 of Cups. So there's that. How does the both of them help the other's soul purpose? Ooh. How does the both of them help the other soul purpose? Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, I love that. I swear, KYUDAM is like soft as heck. Okay. All right. Oh, this is Noel's question. Okay, so how do they help each other with their soul purpose? So we have for this is just gonna I'm just gonna read this in a shared matter. So both of them achieving like their soul purpose, like helping each other to achieve their soul purpose. We have the Five of Cups. This is actually a sad card in general, but in this context, it's talking about like between the both of them to establish their soul journey, there is this energy where we don't give up on each other. Okay? They won't give up on each other no matter like instantly. Even if things can get hard, even if things get difficult or complicated, there's this feeling. It's kind of like I'm gonna put a Disney reference here. It's like Lilo and Stitch, and it's like no one gets left behind, kind of thing. So Five of Cups says no one gets left behind. If you are trying to establish something, I will help you. I will hold your hand. It's the same thing from vice versa. Yeah, then we'll do the same. It's like life's hard. Life is hard. They both acknowledge life can get hard. So to achieve their soul purpose, achieving your soul purpose is scary. Achieving your soul purpose is hard. So no matter what, though, I'm here for you, kind of thing. Okay. We also, in that context, have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse says sometimes there are opportunities that's not meant for us all the time. Seven of Cups, if this is upright, this just shows all these opportunities that lays out for you. But when it comes down in reverse, this just acknowledges that, hey, in life, not everything is meant for you. So we have to slowly accept that together. So that's what they contribute with each other. They teach each other how to hold each other's hand, how to stick together, not giving up on each other, and then being able to accept that not everything is meant for each other and really acknowledging and segregating what is. Okay? Wait, that's what they said, though. Who said that? Wait, what? Who said that? Enlighten me. When? Who? Why? Who said it? Your fairy? Can you enlighten me? Another card that I have for this question of what they can do to help each other achieve their soul purpose, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So look at this. Ace of Pentacles is about planting the seed, manifesting new things. We also got the Fool card a lot in this reading, but look, we're gonna look at it in this context. All right, so imagine this could be like Junkyu's hand, and then this could be Yedam's hand. They can share an idea, and then they can make that idea grow. And then if you see this here in the image, this is a beanstalk growing. Okay, so like I said, it's planting the seed. So together, no matter what they want to achieve, they can help each other plant the seed or manifest things together. So that is how they contribute to each other's soul purpose. Okay. Isn't it for Teen Vogue? What? Teen Vogue? I didn't get to read the interview yet in Teen Vogue. I did see the photos, but I haven't read through it, the article yet. So I'm gonna have to read that. All right, next question. We're almost done, actually. What is the advice or lessons that they should learn from each other now? Like that they haven't learned yet and that they should? Guys, if you want me to read any other dynamics, please get a hold of Joyce. Okay, these dynamic readings are not free. This is a dynamic reading, so I'm reading to people at once. So this is a lot of energy. This is labor extensive. So if you are interested in any other dynamic readings, whoever it is, hit up Joyce right there. She is a moderator in this chat. Go hit her up. Okay. So, all right. Advice or lessons that they should learn from each other. Ooh. Is there ever going to be a moment where I'm not going to be soft? Probably not. Okay. Yeah. Those asking me to do other readings, yeah, I'm not taking requests. Okay. If you want me to read a different dynamic, that's a paid service. You can go in my website for that, or you can hit up Joyce. Okay. So anyway, things that they should learn from each other. Okay. They both share the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about being completely honest. Even though they do communicate already, like properly and thoroughly, which is already good because they are both Mercury ruled. With the Five of Swords in general, this is Aquarius energy. So Five of Swords talks about them needing to learn, like both of them needs to learn how to fight for each other. So what do I mean by that? I did mention that even throughout the beginning of this reading, they have no problem fighting life together. But there is a difference between fighting life together than versus fighting or defending each other. Does that make sense? There is a difference between fighting life together versus defending each other. So, Five of Swords talks about being able to learn how to not be afraid. So say one person between the two gets in trouble. Say, this is just scenario, okay? I'm just giving an example. So for example, say JUNKYU got in trouble, right? Say JUNKYU's in trouble, but YEDAM might be skeptical on how to defend him. He feels for him. He feels for him for sure, but then he can get skeptical on how to defend him. Vice versa. If YEDAM ever got in trouble, JUNKYU might be skeptical on how to defend him or fight for him. So this is something that they might need to work on as a life lesson to make their relationship even better or much more bonded than it already is. Okay? So if one person is in trouble, it's automatically a system between them that like, okay, let me just wait it out. Let him get scolded. Like for example, like say I'm YEDAM and I'm looking at JUNKYU and he got scolded. For me, if I put myself in YEDAM's shoes, it's like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna interrupt the fight. I'm gonna let JUNKYU get scolded because I'm kind of like just hesitant. You know, I'm hesitant to defend. So the Five of Swords sharing this for the both of them, they need to learn how to defend each other because it's the same thing for JUNKYU towards YEDAM. They both have that. And you know why? It's also because of their Mercury ruled aspects. Okay, so JUNKYU, I think JUNKYU has some Libra placements, and then I did mention that YEDAM has Gemini placements. So both Libra and Gemini are air signs, and there is this stigma within air signs that when there is conflict, if there is ever conflict, they kind of flake or they kind of tend to run away from problems or don't want to confront it right off the bat. So if it doesn't involve them, they kind of like, let me not bother kind of thing. Let me not dip my toes in something that I don't want to get involved in. And so that's something what they both share. And so that Five of Swords says, hey, yes, it's cool to, you want to play it safe, but if you feel like you want to defend your friend, you should do that, right? So something they need to practice. What is something they should be careful of when interacting with each other? What is something that they should be careful of when interacting with each other? I'm sorry. I'm freaking dead. This is so soft, but it's also super funny. Like, sorry, I what is something they should be careful of when interacting with each other? So it's funny because we have the Sun card in reverse. This is a Leo card. What they need to be careful is that they should be careful with how they brag. So here's the thing. Junkyu has a Leo Mars. Okay. Junkyu has a Leo Mars, but YEDAM also has a Leo rising. And so they both share this aspect when they're in their high horse and they get all confident, they get too confident and they kind of like boost each other, they break each other's ego. So yes, they do hype up each other, but in a funnier aspect, when they are on their high horse, they kind of like brag or like they have this pride, like I'm better than you, you're better than me. Like, no, this is not a competition kind of thing. We're not a team, this is a competition kind of thing. And so that this is what they need to be careful, because sometimes it's hilarious because it's like you need to be careful with what you say because they still have that Leo aspect with them. I definitely relate. Sometimes when I get a little cocky, I do get a little cocky. So so they need to be careful with how they brag. Okay. Also, another thing that that they should be careful of when interacting with each other. So both of them, Junkyu and YEDAM, separate or not, they have the shared aspect of working hard. Okay, so they have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, you know, they work hard really well, but they work, even though their relationship and their friendship is good when together, in a work ethic though, work ethic, they actually work better alone. Does that make sense? Together as a brotherhood, as a friendship, they're good together. They're awesome together. But when it comes to their work ethic alone, they have to be alone. They work better when they're in their own world kind of thing. So the Seven of Pentacles says, I paused because I'm like, do you get me or not? So yeah, Seven of Pentacles says like we work better alone and then we kind of contribute together after we've established, you know, in our own thoughts or in our own solitude kind of thing. So what they need to be careful is not butting in. Okay, so do not, for them, they shouldn't butt in each other's work ethics or butt in each other's, you know, methods or techniques, right? If YEDAM works one way, then he should be able to work his way. If Junkyu works this way, then he should be able to work this way. No one should interrupt like, hey, you should do it that way, or you should do it this way. No. So, last question on this list. What is their combined power? Ooh. What is their combined power and energy? And how does this energy influence treasure? Ooh. Great question to end on this list. What is their combined power and energy? What is their combined power and energy, and how does this influence treasure? What is their combined power and energy? That's your question? Great question, Joyce. How funny. We have the Seven of Pentacles again come out. Okay, that's that. Leave that there. Anything else? Thought so. We love it. Cool. Their combined energy and power, right? So their combined energy and power is about innovation. So we have Magician card again. This was similar to Junkyu. Junkyu has a lot of ideas, but so does YEDAM. So together with the Magician card, they have a lot of ideas, a lot of resources. Okay, so they both share that, and when it's combined, they create amazing ideas. So it's like, say you're writing a story or whatever, and you start it and then you have your friend add it into the picture, right? It's like you're both writing the story together. So here the Magician says we can create together new ideas, new innovative vibes or new energy. And then after that, you know, with that Seven of Pentacles that came out again, they basically what I said earlier, with that Seven of Pentacles, they work better alone. I mean, once they kind of build that foundation within their ideas, then they use that and they combine it together. So that's how that works for KYUDAM. Now, how does that complement for Treasure? Obviously, they're a rookie group. They're going to need as much ideas as they can get. They need, you know, more concepts, more, you know, more ideas, more, you know, creative aspects, right? And so KYUDAM as a duo, they can contribute all of that into Treasure, okay? And then not only that, they have the Hanging Man in reverse. So Hanging Man in reverse talks about taking initiative in these ideas. If you have taken notice, say you watch them on Treasure Map, YEDAM and JUNKYU, if they have an idea, they stick to it. They really do stick to it, okay? So, you know, they stand really firm when they have a passion idea. They're like, yeah, this is great. We should do it. We should do it. We should do it. And then they go forward. Like they kind of try to do their best to convince the rest of the members, like, we should go with this kind of thing. So that's what the Hanging Man in reverse talks about, being confident in their ideas and then really pushing Treasure to try new things. So yeah. Woo. All right, we are done with that list of questions. Thank you guys for those questions, and thank you, Joyce, for curating that. So, for a few minutes, I'll take some of your questions. So, for a few minutes, I will take a bit of your questions, and then I will pull an oracle card after. What are their thoughts about the future of Treasure? I kind of already talked about it already. What do they like to do together besides practice singing and writing songs? Tin SB, I already checked their aura. The BTS Army, I'm not reading HANGOUT right now. If you want me to read HANGOUT, you can book an appointment with me. Thank you. Okay, let me just ask that question. What do they like to do together besides practice singing and writing songs? Let's see if that can be answered. Games, I'm hearing. Two of Cups. I'm hearing games. I'm also hearing rest. I'm also hearing I'm hearing something artsy. JUNKYU artsy? Really? Yeah, artsy. Pisces energy is artsy. Two of Cups is artsy. Huh. What else? I love it. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe also indulgent. So maybe like they eat food together, they enjoy things like relaxing together. So yeah, I see games, I see resting, I see art, I also see a lot of food. So food trips, they do like food. Yeah. Okay. The way Jan judged him, I did not judge. I was just kind of taken aback because I don't normally see that to him. His form of art is different than other people's form of art. It's much more subtle. So that's why I was really shocked. I was like, JUNKYU artsy? In what way though? That's why I said it. So that's true. Origami is art. I'm trying to think. He did do painting with Asahi and Yoshi, but I don't know. It's still kind of shocking to me. You judging me? I did judge you. I did judge Joyce being artsy. So funny. I hardcore judged you. I was like, Joyce? Artsy? All right. Anything else? Huh. Why does that really? Oh. Huh. I'm so curious now. Okay. JUNKYU. I'm laughing because I apparently both with the Two of Swords and the Nine of Cups upright. So both JUNKYU and YEDAM together, they talk about I'm hearing that they talk about like luxurious lifestyles. That's so earth sign of them. So JUNKYU still being a Virgo, Yedam being a Taurus, they do talk about luxurious lifestyles in the future. So they have like these conversations with each other about like, yo, wouldn't it be cool if we all lived in a very big mansion kind of thing? And then but like JUNKYU would kind of agree, but in a much more simplistic way. So say Yedam like wants a grand place, but then JUNKYU says, I don't mind a big place, but can we keep it minimalist? So that there's that kind of dynamic. They kind of talk about, you know, they're talking about how they like to be comfortable or relaxed kind of thing. That's such earth sign energy. I love that. I freaking love that. So the way Yedam wanted a big yeah, it's like in Treasure Map. Yedam wanted a big place and Jongwoo just like, I only want a studio flat. Okay. Other questions? Let's see. Any other question, guys, before I continue on to Oracle cards? How do they deal with a misunderstanding? That's a great question. How do they deal with misunderstandings? Excuse me. Mooning said JUNKYU wants to live in a tree house. So cute. I love Mooning. Mooning's so cute. Hi, Mooning. Okay. Oh yeah, great. We love that. They again, I did pull their aura or their chakra cards. I remember I got the blue, the throat chakra, so they have no problem communicating. So how do they deal with misunderstandings? They have the Ace of Wands. So they basically give each other way to talk about what's frustrating them or how they interpret it, right? So say Yedam goes first. He's like, okay, this is how I'm interpreting this situation. This. He talks about it. And then they switch to turn the tables around. They give the mic to JUNKYU. JUNKYU's like, okay, so that's how you interpret it. Well, this is how I interpreted it. So they're very patient with each other. So when it comes to misunderstanding, yeah, it can get heated in the moment, but if they clash even by just a little bit, they'll try to make sure they're like, okay, wait, what did you say? So let me have you speak. And then back and forth, you know, they actually let each other talk without clashing. And then Four of Pentacles, okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse talks about patience, not trying their best to not let their emotions get ahead of them, which is good because they are earth signs. They will naturally have that about them, okay? Okay. Any other questions? How do they see each other in a singer perspective, as both of them are incredible vocalists? Thanks, Anne Retchable, for that question. How do they see each other as singers? Crazy. I have the Ace of Wands again. So Inspirational is the energy here. So how do they see each other as singers? They are both inspired by each other, just because they both have significantly different styles or methods on how they perform, right? So they do get inspired by each other. Another card that we have is the Hermit in reverse. So this is also talking about confidence. So in a singer perspective, they get confident when they see so if JUNKYU sees YEDAM confident, that makes him feel confident. If YEDAM sees JUNKYU confident, he gets hyped and he feels confident. So love that for them. So yeah. Really love this deck. I love this new deck. Ate, sorry, out of the what is this? Sorry, out of the topic. I was just curious. Do you shoot this video sitting on the floor or do you use a chair? I have a chair. I have a chair. So, okay. Anything else? Does KYUDAM have their own studio, just like Asahi and Haruto? Okay, this might be my last question, maybe. KYUDAM studio. KYUDAM studio. Yep. Yep. We have the strength card. Yes. They have their own workspace. Yes, they have their own workspace as well. So JUNKYU, I can't confirm if it's together. I just know that they do have a place to work. Okay, so I can't confirm if like JUNKYU and YEDAM share it like Asahi and Haruto does, but JUNKYU and YEDAM do have a workspace. Okay, I can't confirm if it's together though. I just know that they do have a place to go to if they want to work. Okay. All right. All right, I think that's my last question. That is my last question from you guys. Let's pull some oracle cards. Thank you guys for your questions. Let's pull some oracles. Let's kind of see what we got. Okay. Sheesh. Anything we need to know for the both of them? Anything we need to know for the both of them? Awesome. Yes. Okay. So advice or things that they need to hear from the universe. KYUDAM, luck is on your side. I'm hearing this in regards to like saying future endeavors, say like as musicians or as songwriters, producers, luck is on your side. This is a new moon energy, so something is on its way, something brand new, and it can come from them. So do expect that. Okay. We also have look at the bigger picture. Okay, so just be patient. Okay, not everything is what it looks out to be. If you think you're feeling hopeless as fans, you guys that are watching, if you are feeling hopeless that they're not, going to come out with their own music or not going to have their name out there, please look at it in a bigger picture. Do not be narrow-minded about that situation. Just be patient. Look at it from a different angle and perspective. Okay, it's coming. And then work through your fears. So again, this is about their confidence, especially with that current energy that I did pick up on for YEDAM. I know that YEDAM might be a little anxious, so work through your fears, just push through, power through, okay? All right. Last oracle card. Last oracle card deck. Excuse me, deck. This is going to end this reading here. What is the theme of their energy and what can we learn as fans to them? from them. What is the theme of KYUDAM's energy, and what can we learn from them as a duo? What is the theme of their energy, and what can we learn from them as a duo? I love it. Yes. Perfect. So what is the theme of their energy? Okay, between the two, we have past in reverse. Past in reverse. They have been together for a long time. They've known each other for a long time. That's why it's past. It's reversed because we should never dwell on the past. Do not dwell on the past. This is advice for us, okay? Deriving it off their energy as a dynamic. Do not dwell on the past. Do not dwell on their past. Whatever they were experiencing, that's something that they have learned. They are moving forward. Let's not get resentment in our systems. Let's not hold on to the past and be like, well, they were mistreated, or no, like they had a hard time. Yes, they did have a hard time, but who didn't? Okay, they're not in that past anymore. So they share this, they're moving forward, we should move forward too. Okay, another thing that they have about each other, and is the theme of their energy, is responsibility. Okay, they hold themselves accountable. They learn how to be responsible. They are very humble boys. And then for us as fans, we should also learn how to be responsible for our own lives, for our own actions, for anything of that sort. Anything, literally anything. Okay, next card is tolerance. Tolerance in reverse. We have tolerance though. So in that regard, what we can learn from KYUDAM is that, you know, there are things that we should tolerate, have patience, whether it is good or bad. If we shouldn't like lash out on our emotions. We shouldn't take out anything on other people. But then also finding that right, you know, point in life when we don't have to tolerate anything. If it's too bad and it's unhealthy and if it's toxic, then we should also learn how to stand up for each other and, you know, defend ourselves. Okay, we don't have to tolerate bull crap. Okay, so love that. Okay, guys, so that is the end of my reading, my dynamic reading for JUNKYU and YEDAM. Thank you guys so much for watching. 2 hours, over 2 hours. Oh, okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let me thank Joyce again. Thank you, Joyce, for pitching in this reading. Thank you for reserving this reading. Again, guys, if you are interested in any other dynamics for me to read, I do have openings. Okay, I don't have a schedule of any other readings. No one's booked yet, but if you do want me to read another dynamic, I'd be more than willing to do that. You can go on my website. It is in the description box below. Okay, go to bluemooninsight.as.me. Okay, or it's, like I said, it's linked down below in the description box or pinned on this chat. If you want to book a dynamic reading or even a personal reading, I have openings for that as well. If you are having a hard time, like if you can't afford a dynamic reading, that's understandable. Take your time. But if Joyce is holding or hosting and organizing funds or funding, so say you want to do a dynamic reading on HANGOUT or HANGOUT, whatever, hit up Joyce. She will organize a funding. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. Joyce is great. And if anything, Joyce wants these dynamic readings. So Joyce is literally the one who's like, we should do dynamic readings. So definitely hit her up on Twitter. It's at monster_sem, SSAEM. Okay? So hit her up if you have any interest in other readings. Okay, and again, if you don't have interest in any idol readings but want a personal one for yourself, I'd be more than willing to do that. You can have a one-on-one phone call with me. I will give you a personal reading. I would love to do that for you. So again, go ahead and check my website out. All right, I'm gonna head out. I have been here far too long. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I appreciate it. So, all right. Thank you guys again so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Love you guys. Oh, those are asking me. I still see you guys bugging me about my reaction videos. I already told you guys this. They're coming. I am in the process of transitioning with my personal stuff and then editing. I told you guys already. Expect a day to marathon all my stuff because you're gonna wake up one morning, check your YouTube account, see your subscriptions, and all of the content on your feed is me. So just wait for that day. Literally wait for that day. Okay, I'm in the process. All right. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much. Okay, bye. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you as well. All right. There's 3 episodes for Team Map Season 2. Yes, I watched it already. All I have to do, literally, I watched it all. All I have to do is just edit it and upload it. But yeah, okay? All right. Bye, guys. Take care. Take care. Bye.